content for students, and some of them say, oh, well, it's not usually enough towards their language. How do you respond to that in light of what you just said?
I would like to say to them that, you know, the certificate you get doesn't get you a job. And my strong message right now is that you have to have a passion for the media. And it starts as early as your first year. You get in there and you never know, you never visit Radio TEF, you don't even know where Radio TEF is. Then you do not have a passion. And if you have this passion, you'll get an opportunity to volunteer, even in graveyard slots. So, or if you were born for print media, you should be writing while you are in your undergrad. You don't have to wait until you finish third year. It doesn't work like that. Passion for any field is in you even before you write your tests and exams. It means you love the field that you have chosen. So I would say to them, they need to expose themselves. How do you go and be a reporter when you never even read the newspapers, you know, even whether they are online or what? But the passion comes from you reading first. Even there are magazines out there, but if you don't have the passion by reading those magazines, you cannot be a writer. So my other challenge to them is that, you know, I know media studies students that I have met at conferences of the National Film and Video Foundation who have their own film production companies. I was surprised. And I know some who are working for ETV. So who took them there? You know, for some of these students, I never even wrote a reference letter. I just meet them at these conferences and they're telling me what they are doing. So you have to be driven yourself. It starts with you.
Now, Prof, you mentioned that obviously it needs passion, which obviously I understand. But looking at the curriculum of the media studies, would you say it is satisfying? Since now we are venturing into the fourth industrial revolution, would you say it's still relevant?
I would say that the curriculum is relevant, but it doesn't mean it should remain stagnant. You know, life is dynamic. I still remember somewhere in the 90s, I introduced a course called New Media. New Media, you know, and policy making in the developing countries. And what was new media? I used to get into class and say, you know, I'm teaching you about universal access to technology. Now everybody has to have access to the cell phone. I used to talk to them about conversions, how you can get everything on the cell phone. But we all know technology flies past you like. So, yeah, and it was still new then. Even Professor Mmusi, who was my student, when we talked today, I still remember the course you introduced in third year, regulation, you know, telecommunications and regulations. And today, I can only say what I was teaching then was a foundation of the fourth industrial revolution, because the fourth industrial revolution is about digitization. What is digitization? It still revolves around your cell phone. But I was just, I mean, during the 90s, I was giving an introduction. So what is left? My point is, it's for the content to improve. But do you realize even with the fourth industrial revolution, It's up to you to read more about it and to practice it. And in many cases, our students, if you are serious, you know more than I do about technology. I also always call myself a BBT, even when, you know, born before technology. But I was brave enough to introduce the course. And some of the younger lecturers always say, you taught us new media, but now you cannot
use it.
So I use the basics. Yeah.
Thank you so much for your time, and we regret that we actually have to cut this conversation short. But we would like to give some of the students that are studying media to some of your commentary to reflect on what they think